Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Uh, give me a second.
I can hear you, but I cannot see you.
Yeah, I'm trying to start my video now.
Here, good. How's
Now,
it going? Oh,
see, now I just want to say I look rough, and the only reason why is I found out my barber just moved across country. So now,
uh-oh.
yeah, I'm like, come on, brother.
He didn't
We
even
got
tell
this.
you? No notice?
No.
Okay, good. So now you're on your own. You just got to figure it out. Got to go to the next
Yeah,
person.
yeah. Now I got to find another person now. So it's
How long you been going to the same barber?
man, it's been a while. It's been a while. He's like he's not like the main barber
Yeah.
that I normally go to because technically I live in Cali, but I've been back on the East Coast helping out with my family and everything. So I found him, and once you find somebody you're comfortable with, so
That's a
yeah,
lot of trust you have to put in people.
exactly.
I got two people that I trust with my hair, and I've moved across the country multiple times. I will fly back to Michigan before I go
Oh,
to somebody new in this state,
oh wow.
100%.
Hey, listen, I understand. I understand.
Oh, I
I might
feel
have to make
that.
that flight back just for a haircut.
Maybe make a trip out of it. Do something. Awesome. Well, I'm excited to talk today. I'd love to hear a little bit about what's getting you into like the fitness industry.
I mean, well, I've always kind of been around the fitness industry since I was young, since I started, running track, playing football, just being in sports in general. And then of course, once I, went to high school and then they had us in the gym. I mean, just working out, I just instantly fell in love with it, you know. Um, More so it was like when at that time it was more so because it would definitely help me on the field, you know. I knew that it had health benefits, but it was more so for the sports. But then as I got more into it, it wasn't just about on the field. It was like, man, I really feel the benefits. I see the benefits. People are complimenting me, coming to me, asking me if I could train them, this, that, and third. So that continued until like um, just a little bit more about myself. Me, my brother, and a couple of our friends, we started a comedy business in '09, and it took off to the point where we had to move it to California. We worked with Comedy Central. We had a show on Kevin Hart's network. One of our good friends, Issa Rae, had her show on HBO, Insecure. We was on that. So, it was like it took off. But even during that time, I still was into fitness. I, made sure my brother was still working out to a certain extent, not forcing him, but just, bringing them along. And then also more of our fan base, they would reach out to me, ask me to train them and stuff. And I would want to, but filming, doing 24-hour shoots, 16-hour a day, like, and we doing everything in house, coming up with the skits, drop, everything. So I didn't really have that much time, but I still wanted to. So I started like my own Instagram fitness page, and I would try to drop some videos here and there, but it wasn't consistent enough because so I was like, man, I would love to do it, but a lot of people aren't in the same city and same state, they all over the world, our family. So it's just like, so yeah, hopefully that explained it, but I just have love for it. And, I always wanted to help, and whether it's my family or, anybody else. So yeah.
Love that. Obviously, in the fitness space, I mean, what's nice though about you kind of having moved a couple places, you have a big power base, you have a lot of people that you can interact with. Um, what's nice with the fitness space though is if you are virtual, you can help anybody anywhere. You're not stuck to a brick and mortar or a company gym or anything like
Right.
that. You can cater to everybody. So, what's kind of motivating you to now say, like, fuck it, let's let's offer the services? What are we doing?
Well, one, just, to really just go for it because I've said in the past couple times, I'm gonna do it now. But like I said, with the acting and everything that was going on and being on set and, doing what we had to do, then doing live shows, flying across country, I was just like, all right, I can't do it. I want to do it. I started again, it go a little bit, then it stopped. But then fast forward to now, like I said, I after the pandemic, I flew back over to the East Coast to help out with taking care of my grandparents. Unfortunately, they passed away. Most recently, my grandfather.
Right.
So I appreciate it. I was just going just off of the savings that I had. So
Yeah.
I wasn't working. I wasn't worried about acting no more, just taking care of them. So one, finances, and then two was just like, well, I think now would be the best time if ever, you
Yeah.
know? Why not? I mean, now most people, you know, remote is the thing now, you know what I'm saying?
It is. It is.
So I was just like, it's perfect timing.
Yeah. I like that though. I'm sorry to hear about your grandparents. I
Appreciate it.
had moved back to Michigan temporarily for a while, a couple of years ago, and lost both my grandparents. I definitely understand how that feels. 100%. I empathize. So,
I'm
um,
sorry to hear that about your grandparents as well.
thank you. Yeah. With this though, and I always try to see like the moments where the universe gives and takes, and
Mhm.
there are cracks of opportunity here and there sometimes too. So, with where you're at now, you've moved back. Where on the East Coast are you at?
I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. My dad actually lives in Douglasville, Georgia, so he's like
Are you?
west of Atlanta. So very,
Okay. Yeah.
very cool. So you've got an opportunity now for you to say, we've got the time, we've got the energy. Are we going to do this or not? Like, are we going to figure this out? Or are we going to go back to something different? So, where would you need to be with this business financially for you to feel comfortable? Like, what would we need to be bringing in?
I mean, just on a low end, I mean, I'd say between 3 and 5. I mean, it's on the low end.
What would be like ideal?
What would be ideal?
Yeah, stars align, business is thriving. Where do you want to be?
Oh wow, one of it. I mean,
Yeah.
all right now. All right, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, I would love to be 10K plus a
Yeah.
month.
Beautiful. Um, Perfect. Now, anything else that you feel like you want to be able to do? I mean, being remote, you can travel, you can work from anywhere. What other passions do you have?
I mean, right now I'm working on becoming like a funded trader,
Nice.
trading Forex and stocks and stuff like that. So I have that, um, along with, of course, building up my personal YouTube aside from our group, our comedy group pages and all that. Um, and like I said, I restarted a fitness page. I haven't posted in a while on there. So getting that going on all, Instagram and TikTok and everything like that. And like you said, just being able to, honestly just help my family out, you know, um, financially and, because we still trying to take care of the house and all that stuff. Help my auntie. Of course, I want to travel. My dad is from the Bahamas, so I go back and
Yep.
visit family over there. So just to be able to travel and help people, and even while traveling, still helping people with fitness online. So
100%. Love
yeah,
that. And that's the beauty of the fitness space. I mean, you do get to really do something that you love and is going to positively impact people. At least we hope that you love fitness. Otherwise, you're in the wrong field for sure.
exactly.
We hope that you enjoy this, but
Mhm.
okay, it sounds like we just want a little bit of that freedom. Freedom to give back, freedom to feel comfortable, freedom to travel, just freedom to do whatever you want to do.
Right. And two, just to piggyback off that, just like I said, unfortunately my grandparents just passed, and seeing that, and it's like you're not promised tomorrow. So it's like I just want to be able to really enjoy life. Just want to be comfortable. I don't have to be a multimillionaire. Now I'm not saying I accept it,
We're not
though.
opposed to
I'm not
it.
opposed to it, but that's not my main focus.
Yeah.
Just like with our comedy career, it's like we know fortune and fame comes with it.
Yeah.
I wasn't striving for that. I was just striving to put a smile on someone's face,
Yeah.
and the byproduct was, so
But I
yeah.
think that kind of goes, to that alignment is if you are truly doing something that you love and are aligned to and is fulfilling you and the people around you, money follows that.
Right.
Like it's a symptom of you reaching your fullest potential in something you love. And that can be anything. It could be comedy, it could be fitness, it could be accounting if that's your true passion. You know what I mean? Anybody can find that. Money follows those who are good at what they love.
That is true.
100%. So You might not have to be, because I'm not very like financially focused, or that's not what motivates me. What motivates me is putting my brother through college and taking care of my mom one day because she, raised us, single mom, did all the
Mhm.
things. Like those are
Exactly.
the things that motivate me, and money needs to be there in order for me to do
Right.
that. But it's a symptom of
Right.
that intention, I think. So cool. I definitely vibe with this. This is a good time. Challenges. What do you feel like we need more support on, education on when it comes to the business side?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, the proper guidance,
Yeah.
having that the right blueprint to build off of. Of course, I could try to do this on my own. Will I be successful? I feel like I can, but it would take me a longer time. And I might, because, going to YouTube University, you might not find the right person, the right advice, so it's like take 2 steps forward, takes 4 steps back.
Yeah.
I gotta, so it's like, why not just find the right person or the right company that has that guidance, the blueprint, the support that's gonna not just literally just hold my hand and walk me through everything, but just show me what I need to do, how to do it. Because some opportunities or programs, they say step by step.
Yeah.
But you get in, the first step is step by step. And after that is just
Figure it out. Sink or swim. Yeah.
exactly.
No, I definitely understand that. What do you feel like you need support wise? So to kind of give you some transparency, we got a lot of coaches with a lot of personalities and a lot of strengths and weaknesses. So like,
Right,
what do
right.
you feel like you really need from somebody?
I think it's more so just how to like structure the business, like going about it the right way, how to system. Hopefully, I'm saying this right. Systemize the business.
Yeah.
Get it automated to a certain extent. How to. I feel like I have. Um, I'm very approachable and everything like that, but still, I don't know the proper way to from you guys' standpoint,
Yeah.
how to properly reach out to someone, you know what I'm saying? How to, if I get on the call, what to say, if they say certain things, how to, so things of that nature.
More so like the best practices of the business. Like we can
Right,
probably, and I love that you said like YouTube University. I don't think I've ever heard anybody like refer to that, but it is so true. It's like, oh, I'm
right,
just trying to figure out. But there are a lot of different ways to get to the same result. So it's not so much that you probably couldn't figure it out on your own. It's you're going to be presented like 15 different things you can do to get to the same goal. So it's what is going to work for you. And that trial and error is really what takes the time
right.
of figuring it out. So we'd like to just cut that process down if we can,
Exactly.
for sure.
Exactly.
Personality wise, what do you respond best to? I can procrastinate a bit, admittedly. So
Yeah.
I need
I
a
know.
little more tough love, a little accountability in my life.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I could get complacent at times. Um, um, yeah, I feel like, but I feel like once it's like my back is to the wall and it's like, all right, it's time to move. It's time to go. Like, I'm at a certain age and it's like, all right, I want to be here at this point. I want to have this. I want to have my own spot. I want to have, you know what I'm saying? I want to be able to help my goddaughter. I don't have any kids yet, hopefully in the future, but be able to, put some money aside for my goddaughter for college and, just, things of that nature. I'm sorry, I forgot the main question you just asked.
No, no. So that actually helps a lot. It's really just kind of what you're looking for too in alignment.
Right.
Um, do you respond better to somebody who can be a little bit more like rah rah, or somebody who's a little bit more like let's get it done?
Honestly, but it doesn't matter, honestly. Like I can adapt.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I mean, as long as they have some sort of like sense of humor, at least.
Yeah. Yes. Nobody that's going to be like a stick in the mud. Okay.
Right, right, right.
We can do. I would say I don't think any of our coaches really give me the I hate fun vibe.
Right,
Like
right.
I think everybody's got at least some degree. So, and to all of our coaches, we've got 15 one-on-one coaches that we could match you with. They all have demonstrated success in this area. So all of our coaches have been at one point or still are students of NLCA. So they do this. They have 6 or 7 figure online coaching businesses. So you're not just going to work with somebody who's good at business. You're going to work with somebody who's good at this business and can show you that road.
Right.
Beautiful.
That's
Any,
definitely a great thing.
yeah. Anything else that you feel like you need from a program or a mentor?
Um, like I said, just the structure, the actual blueprint, actual step by step. Because I'm the type like, depending on what it is,
Yep.
I need to see how it's done. I need to do it. I need
Yeah.
to probably trip up a couple times. All right, and then hear it as well, and then I'm off running.
Cool. Sounds like you can learn in a multitude of ways. Just kind of
Right,
have to see it, do it, and then
right.
practice it. Okay, I got you. We can definitely help with that. Any other challenges, anything else that I should be aware of before we jump in?
Challenges as far as
Business, anything you want to learn more about? For me, it was social media. I hated social media when I started, so it was a lot
oh
of the
yeah.
marketing side, but
Well, I feel like with the social media part, that'll probably be my
yeah,
strongest part. But I'm the type of person, no matter if I know something, I always go into something like I don't know
yeah,
because I feel like nobody knows everything. We all, in life, we all continually growing and learning, new ways. And somebody might have another point of view on it and be like, you know what, I never thought about it, and it
yeah.
might just click. That light bulb might turn on. You're like, okay, so
Yeah,
yeah,
beautiful. So just open to learning new things. And that's one
right.
thing we look for too in students is really three things. Are you committed, consistent, and coachable? So are you committed to actually showing up in the space as a good coach and giving your clients results and making the fitness industry more positive, not just become an influencer, but truly impact people?
Right.
Can you be consistent and show up for yourself? Because being a business owner, full transparency right now is lucrative. It's awesome. It's exciting. It's going to stress you the fuck out. So can you show up sometimes in those harder days?
Oh yeah. Well,
Um,
I credit that to our comedy business because
yeah.
before that, yeah, we had an idea of okay, it's we working for ourselves and this, that, and the third. One thing was when we first started, we started as a nonprofit business because we was like, no, we want to give back this and third. But then we quickly find out, oh, you need money to have a non. So so things of that nature. And then once it really started picking up, we was like, oh, okay, this is what it takes. Waking up early in the morning, having our meetings. What's the new idea for this week's video? How did the last week video do? What's some pros and cons? What's some different things we could do? Who do we look up to that we can study to take? Because at first we wasn't writing like scripts and that. We was just, we had the idea, we knew where we wanted it to go, and we improv,
Yep.
and then video, then because we started where YouTube was just still figuring out who they were trying to be.
Yep.
So I say that to say like I understand,
Yeah.
and I know this is a new type of business format, but the same thing applies with when you're having your own business.
Same rules apply. But
Right.
if you can show up and you know that that's something that you're truly excited about and passionate about and want to do, and you show up for yourself, we've got you covered. We'll fill in the gaps. We'll fill in I don't know what to do about this, but you just have to take action. We'll give you all the tools and resources. You just need to do it.
Right.
That's
Right.
it. And then honestly, and you mentioned it too, the last thing we look for is coachability. Like, I don't want you to blindly follow your coach and just do whatever they tell you to do. Ask questions, be open to new ideas, be open to trying new things, like really truly embrace and experience and a mentor and like fucking pick their brain until they can't breathe. Like just
Right.
go at it, learn, absorb, be a sponge. I think all those things are essential for just long-term success in anything you do, for sure.
Exactly. No, I agree with you.
I like this. Okay, we're in a really good spot. So what I want to do, it sounds like we've been thinking about this, doing this kind of on and off a little bit for a while, but now it's time to kind of buckle down a little bit. I want to share my screen and show you what NLCA is all about. If you love the program, that's great. If you hate it, that's okay too. Not everyone's going to love this program. So
Right. Right.
let's jump in and go from there. But any questions for me before we do?
Um, yeah, I wanted to ask, and I'm sure maybe after you show me about a little bit more, because it was just asking just a little bit more about actually in the program and how clients really, because I know it's definitely different from training someone personally inside a gym, because sometimes, even when I was discussing it with, my parents and some of my friends and everything like that, um, they was like, so you're gonna be doing like live classes online this and the third. I was like, well, that's kind of the same as doing in person. I
Yeah.
don't mind doing it, but I want to have it to where
No, there's
right.
no freedom behind that. So we do utilize a lot of different apps. So I don't know if you've heard of Trainerize, True Coach, things of that nature. Um,
Yeah, PT distinction.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually use Trainerize. We have a partnership with Trainerize and True Coach, but it doesn't matter where you go if you like other ones, use those.
Right.
Essentially, how my structures and how we kind of have a general structure for online coaching would be my clients check in via WhatsApp and Trainerize once per week. They send me their check-in photos. They have to send me 5 videos of their lifts. I will tell them what lifts I want to see. So I want to see form checks, check-in photos, and then a full kind of qualitative check-in form of like, how's your stress, how's your sleep, how's your bowel movements, how is your digestion, how is X, Y, and Z. They fill out a whole form once a week. I
Right.
respond within 24 hours. They get voice memo feedback. So I'll go through everything I see in Trainerize. I'll look at all their food logs, their training logs, their lifts, their videos. Takes probably about 10 to 15 minutes per person to do check-ins, and then however long my response time is. And then I'll send voice memo feedback. That being said, usually I do 4 to 12-week progressive overload based plans that I have uploaded right off the rip in Trainerize. So if you join my team and you're going to work out 4 days a week at the gym or at home or whatever, based on your goals, I'll create typically about a 12-week progressive overload based plan. So I've got 3 months of programming done at once. And then you will track all your food, your steps, your sleep, your progress photos, measurements. Every time you go to the gym, the app will tell me how long it took you to do it, how much weight you used, the
Right.
reps, the comments, this, whatever you put on that, I'll see all of it. So
Right.
everything's kind of like handled in one central location. It's super, super fun for your clients to use. It'll tell them like, great, you hit a PR on squats today, or congrats on completing your 50th workout. It's a really, really awesome system to use. So we want freedom and flexibility. If you
Right.
want to offer live calls, you can. Do not have to, but you can charge a lot more for those because it's
Right.
more time consuming. We do 2 team calls a week. So we do Wednesday night and Saturday morning, like team calls. They're optional. Nobody has to go. But Wednesdays we do Wine Wednesday. We play games, we drink wine. It's fun. Just more casual
Right. Right.
community building. Saturday is education. So we'll have a call on, like tomorrow we're talking about sleep, because for some reason this week in all the check-ins, everyone was just fucking not sleeping. Everyone's sleep was just off. It's just craziness. So like, we're going to talk about ways to, make that more efficient and yada, yada, yada. So usually it's a theme based on what I've seen in check-in responses.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds amazing. And if I could just ask you another question on
Mhm.
what you were just saying, especially about the building out the programs.
Yeah.
Now, I know for some of your clients, their goals are different.
Mhm.
So do you have like just a like one size fit all? Like if someone wants to, so how do you like in Trainerize, how do you build out for someone that wants to uh gain muscle versus someone that want to lose weight? Like,
Yeah, so good question. With Trainerize, what's nice is I can create what's called like master programs. So what I have is I have a ton of what I would call skeleton programs, where I have 3, 4, and 5 day week workout splits. I don't typically suggest my client to do 6, 7 days a week because most of the people that I work with don't need that. Usually like 4 or 5 days are my ideal for clients that we have accurate, comfortable like cardio days and active rest days and rest days, things like that. So I have a 3, 4, 5 day week workout split for a beginner, intermediate, and advanced client. Based on things that I know I'm going to have them do. Every time there's going to be a lower body day, there's going to be a squat variation, a hinge variation. There's going to be a push, pull, carry. There's going to be things that I know everyone will do some variety of in their
right,
programs. And I built all those out a long time ago. So if you join my team 4 days a week, maybe you're an advanced lifter, great. I'm going to assign you that. And then I'm going to go in the back end and add in all your accessory lifts, custom to your goals and things like that. Now, I will say, now NLCA offers done for you programming. So you will have years worth of those programs already done for you. You can just take them, and they're all kind of divided up. So we've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 30-week blocks of that exact thing that I just described
right.
already made for you for weight loss clients, hypertrophy clients, powerlifting clients, strength athletes.
Body
You'll have,
weight
yeah,
workouts. Okay.
you kettlebell, body weight only, home workouts. Yeah, you'll have lots of those that are already given to you. So you can kind of build them out on your own. You can take the templates that we have. It's completely your choice, but we have a ton of them.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
get that.
Sounds pretty amazing.
Save you lots of time. That's the goal. Save you tons of.
Right.
Well, yeah. Sweet. Let's jump into it and I'll show you what we do. So NLCA, let me know if you can see this.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. So NLCA, we are a business coaching program. Hopefully you at least knew that's who we were before you got on a call with a stranger from Instagram, but here we are. So we are accredited with the Better Business Bureau. We have an A rating up until 2 weeks ago. We are now A+, which is great. So we do have an A+ rating now with the BBB, and we are accredited through NASM, ACE, and ISSA. So are you familiar with these companies?
Yes, I was actually looking at ISSA a couple of days ago to possibly get my certification.
Yes.
Even though that's another question I was going to ask. I know some people have their certificate, they're certified, and then some people don't, but they're both equally successful. So what is your
I would
recommendation?
say in the online space, you don't need a certification, but I definitely think the more you know, the more people you can help. But we do have a nutrition and training certification that you'll get for free. It's just something that we offer to all of our students, and it's also accredited with NASM, ACE, and ISSA, so you wouldn't have to buy a secondary certification. I'll show you that too when we get into the coursework, what that looks like. But essentially, well, I'll just show it to you now. Essentially, the certification is going to cover a lot of stuff. So you're going to have like nutrition, macros, you'll understand advanced nutrition practices, like muscle timing, metabolic adaptation, things like that. You'll learn blood work, supplementation, inflammation. So, what causes it? What's wrong with our clients if they're seeing any types of chronic inflammation, digestion and gut microbiome, sex hormones and fertility, advanced hormones, specialized conditions. This is more going to be for those with like dietary restrictions like Crohn's, IBS, colostomy, things of that nature. When you get into the second half of it, nutrition testing, which is great. And then we dive into the training side. So strength, power, hypertrophy, periodization, special considerations, which is awesome for any specific types of athletes you might work with, those who have like a breast augmentation, someone with congenital amputation, casted limb, pregnancy. So you'll learn a lot about working with a lot of different people.
Okay.
So
Sounds
should cover most of what you need.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. Awesome. So with this, we have two programs. We've got 10K Accelerator. We have Master Coach. Right now, we're kind of starting from scratch. We're pretty new to the space. So 10KA is what we're going to look at. However, in the future, it seems like you're very growth oriented. We want to grow, help lots of people. Master Coach could be on the horizon. So differences here, 10KA is going to focus on business foundation, first and foremost, making sure you can grab clients, making sure you understand marketing, lead generation, sales, client delivery. You've got great services and you're retaining clientele. Goal is to get you to the 10K a month point in this program. Master Coach will be, all right, we've got great clientele. We have consistent business. How do we hire? How do we scale? How do we continue expanding this to a point where you can make 30, 50, 80K plus per month in your business? Bear with me, there's a lot of stuff here, but what's included? Good. As far as support goes, you do have an assigned one-on-one coach. Like I mentioned, you will meet with this person. This is going to be your go-to, human for the next 4 months. The program's 4 months long. You will start with a game planning call. So on that call, it's essentially a business development call. So you guys are going to meet for the first time. You'll get to know each other. You're going to talk about what experience you have, what systems you're familiar with, what we've done, what we haven't, and then create a skeleton business plan of what you need to do moving forward to achieve the goals that you have. You will meet with your coach bi-weekly. So you guys are going to meet via Zoom every other week. Reason for this is because yes, we want support, but you also need time to take action. We're not just going to learn a bunch. We need to take action.
Right.
Opposite to those weeks, you will meet with your sales coach. So you'll have somebody who can help put together your scripts, your sales presentations, work with you on objection handling, review your sales calls, and give feedback. So those will be the opposite weeks of your main business coach. So you'll have weekly sessions.
Okay.
Now, roster group calls. These are going to be small group. This is going to be you and the students that your one-on-one coach coaches and your coach meeting together. These are bi-weekly. They're not required. You do not have to go to them. Usually there's about 5 to 10 students on these calls. So small group, more just time to spend with your coach and time to work together. If you want feedback on anything, content creation, if you want to just use the hour that you have there to like get shit done, by all means.
Right.
Then we have full group support calls. So this is an invite to all 10KA students, but these calls are Sundays and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Sunday, Tuesday, Friday, calls are at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Tuesdays, they're 7:30 p.m. Wednesday, they're 8:30 p.m. So we try to do kind of like a lunch hour time and then 2 later evening calls, one on the weekend. Ideally, I'd say get to 1 or 2. If you can do more than that, fantastic. At least get to 1.
Okay.
Any questions so far?
Not as of yet.
Cool. All of your calls, one-on-one group, roster, everything is recorded. You'll have access to all of your call recordings forever. And then you will also get emailed these every Wednesday and Saturday. But in your orientation packet, you'll have the link to access them anytime you want to. But we send reminder emails out Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Okay.
And then text support. Not sure if you're familiar with WhatsApp. We use WhatsApp because we have students and staff all over the world, and texting doesn't always work, but we do have WhatsApp. You'll have 24-hour a day, Monday through Friday, access to text your coach any questions that you have. Utilize that. I text my coach multiple times a day, and I'm sure she enjoys that thoroughly, but I do. So utilize this. And then last, we do focus on mindset and mental health. So again, being a business owner has its perks. It's also going to stress you out sometimes. We need to be able to take care of ourselves, stress management. So we do mindset calls every Friday as a team. We do breathwork sessions monthly, quarterly mindset breakouts as well. And in our actual coursework, we have a whole section on mindset to help you with like journaling prompts, meditation, guided breathworks, things to just kind of like,
to
get us back to neutral.
Yeah. Right.
Yes. Other things that I didn't chat on, private Facebook group. We do have a community private Facebook group. It is just for our students. And then we do also do a live event every year. This year it'll be October 13th and 14th in Austin, Texas. Definitely recommend coming. We usually have guest speakers come from the fitness industry and the business industry to just come and teach us how to be better and how to do more.
Okay.
Alrighty, rest of the resources, you'll have your full course curriculum. You've got any of the mindset stuff in the course as well. Done for you programming. Evolve Health and Performance is who owns that. That's Kayla Diamond. She's one of our master coaching coaches. She's my coach as well. Her team owns this and they're fantastic. We do help with content creation as well as ads. And then you have your nutrition and training certification too. So let's dive into the coursework. I showed you the certification, but let's bop on down to the 10KA program.
So real quick, so with you get a nutrition certification and you get personal trainer certification.
Yes. Yeah. So it covers both. It's one big chunk, right. But it does cover both. Yep, you're accredited in both nutrition and training. Yeah. Beautiful. Now the program itself, typically we're going to run through this in order, but if you need to jump around for whatever reason, by all means. Your very first module though is do this first. This is your orientation video. This is going to show you how to book your calls, how to go through your homework doc, because you and your coach will have a shared Google folder with all of your to-dos, your homework, your tasks. So you know exactly what you need to be working on. You guys can update that together in between your calls. Alrighty, first step to becoming a full-time online coach, announcing your business, writing a scholarship, things that you need to do to get in place, just the basics.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Like, how to, even though I'm comfortable with social media, but just the right way of announcing, hey, I got this,
Yep. Here's my business, come and work with me. And it's, you can be awesome at social media and then still not have a good like recruiting system to pull people in. Yeah. Mindset and lifestyle. This is not just going to cover like, oh no, I'm stressed, but also like how to set boundaries with your clients, how to structure your day, how to, have time blocking and things like that done for, for your business. Struggles and solutions for any mindset challenges you are facing though. So if you do have any like fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of success, imposter syndrome, that's all covered in here too.
Okay.
Now let's dive into the good stuff. So every module you open up is going to have a theme. So admin systems and ChatGPT, and then you're going to have an overview doc. So the very first module is going to be a text version of everything you're going to learn. If you prefer to read through the stuff, by all means, I would suggest the videos.
I was just about to say, I'm more video, but that's still good to have.
It's good to have. Yep, you'll have this. You can save all these docs. The video is going to explain not just what and why, but also how. We will go through, and if we suggest using like Wave as a payment processor, you're going to see a visual of how to use Wave. It's not just going to tell you what to do, but also how to do it. So Alrighty, jumping in. The admin systems are going to cover the basics. So payment processors, contracts and agreements, forms, applications, client questionnaires, True Coach, Trainerize, appointment book software, Google Sheets, just the basics of the systems you'll probably want to have in place before taking on clientele to make your life easy. We'll teach a few things. So Wave and Stripe are two different payment processors. We'll teach you the pros and cons of both. Pick whatever one you like. But if you have things that you're familiar with already that you'd prefer to use, you can. You don't have to use our systems if you don't want to.
Okay.
Financial. So I'm sure you are familiar with some of this stuff. You've owned a business before, but LLC, how to file your taxes, how to pay yourself, how to save your money, business bank accounts, QuickBooks, liability insurance, health insurance, business expenses, all those back end things step by step.
Right.
Target setting, pretty straightforward. I really don't care if you want to make $100, if you want to make $1 million, you're going to need a plan of how you're going to make that $100 or how you're going to make that $1 million. So putting it all on paper, what needs to happen, long-term vision, main objectives, immediate objectives, combining everything for your business. All right, pause. Any questions yet?
Not yet. I was going to ask about between the Trainerize and other softwares out there maybe you came across, and why did you go with Trainerize over, and I was going to ask, do you have to do Trainerize? But
no. We have a partnership with True Coach and Trainerize. To be very, and this is going to sound so lazy of me, but I used Trainerize with a few coaches I had years ago before I started my business. So I was already familiar with it. Right. And then when I first started my business with Chad, Trainerize was one of the only good apps out there. Right. So that's what I use. That's what I defaulted to. At this point, there's a lot out there. So play around with what you'd like. I'm not at this point going to switch 45 clients over to new software. So it just is easy for me. But I will say Trainerize is really user-friendly. One thing that I do like that I know a lot of other apps don't offer is that you can change the user face to be your brand. So for me, when my clients open up Trainerize, it doesn't say Trainerize. It says TaylorMade Fitness. It says it's my brand, it's my logo, my colors. So it looks like I put all this time and money into creating an app, and I did not. Right. But really what I would suggest is like take a couple hours, play with a few different platforms, at least see the tutorials for a few, and then figure out what you like best.
Right. Okay.
For sure. I just have been using it for so long that
I mean, it makes sense. Like when you're comfortable with something and you've been with it and using it for so long.
Yeah. So, easy peasy. Moving into what we would call like phase 2, which is really creating your offers, putting yourself out there, marketing and sales. So who do you want to help? But more specifically, what challenges does that person have that you want to help them overcome? So could you market and say, I want to help men between the ages of 20 and 40 put on muscle. Sweet, cool. It's fine if you want to do that. But more specifically, what do men between the ages of 20 and 40 who want to put on muscle struggle with? And then market those problems and the solutions that you have to them. So that way you're not just putting yourself in a box of who you can help, but more specifically what you can help people do.
Right.
A little bit more powerful that way. Offers and pricing. What are you charging? What's included? Are you high ticket, mid ticket, low ticket? What are we bringing to the table? What are people willing to pay? And how to create downsells and upsells. Yeah,
that's definitely, I guess when you asked me in the beginning, like challenges, actually, how to properly price, because, I don't want to start too low. I don't want to start too
most people undercharge. And in the fitness space, what people are willing to pay, average clients now are paying $300 to $500 a month for full coaching, where you're helping with macros and training. My average client pays $415. You can times that by 30 clients to put you at a 6-figure year. 25, honestly, to put you at 6-figure. And that's not a full-time roster either. So don't lowball, but we also don't want to be so high that you can't sign anybody.
Right.
And then marketing. So organic marketing, this is essentially utilizing social media and your environment to help you find clientele. We will teach Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, podcasts, and YouTube. You do not have to utilize all the platforms. My clients tend to be, I'm 30 years old. My clients tend to be around 30 to 45, 30 to 50. So I do use Facebook still because I still get a lot of clients off of Facebook and Instagram, but I don't have as much success on TikTok.
Right.
Because my clients tend to be 40 years old and they don't spend a lot of time there. So But we will teach you all 5. Now, not just teaching you what the platforms are, but how to create content. What are the algorithms looking like? The reels, infographics, YouTube channels, everything you need to know about each platform and how to create great content. Content made easy. I don't know if you're familiar with Canva or Microsoft Designer.
I am.
Beautiful. Perfect. So I won't have to go through too much of this, but we'll give you all the shortcuts, the easy tutorials, things of that nature to make sure content is quick. We also do teach a lot of the AI features that they offer now. We really want you to be able to curate content that's quality, but also not going to take you 17 hours to do. So we have a few different apps that we can utilize to help you create 15 pieces of content in 1 to 2 hours. You've got 2 to 3 weeks of content done in an afternoon.
Music to my ears.
Time efficient. Now, earned media is one strategy of finding clientele. Earned media is anything you do that gets somebody to come to you and say, can you help me? Anytime we can attract someone to you is earning their business. That's social media, that's marketing, that's email marketing, that's ads, that's going to be any networking, community events you can do for yourself. But anytime we can put yourself out there and get people to flock to you, we're earning their business. Opposite, conversations to calls. Now, doesn't mean you have to reach out to a bunch of strangers on the internet, but what this does mean is if you notice that Kevin has liked your last 5 Instagram posts, we're probably going to talk to Kevin because obviously he's watching, he's interested. So how do we do that in a way that's not pushy, not salesy, and not going to like turn people away? And then referrals. Happy people are going to bring you more happy people. So let's incentivize that for sure.
That's true.
Yes. Sales processes. So sales fundamentals and overview. This will cover a lot of like human need, psychology, understanding the process of sales in general, tracking, very straightforward there as well. And then 2 different types of sales calls. So meet and greet call will be call number 1. This is optional. This is you getting to know somebody. If you want to just get to know someone a little bit more before you get on a full call to see if you guys have alignment, get on a quick 15-minute phone call with them. Who are they? What are they looking for? Do you guys get along? Is what they want to do something you can do? For me, I don't love coaching the senior population. So if I get on a call and someone's 68 years old and has 7 hip replacements, that's not my client. I will refer you out, but I want to know that, you know? So the whole yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, so there's a system in place that you guys teach that will kind of filter
Yes.
clients out. Okay.
Yes. Easiest thing too is having like a pre-application where you get kind of like the general understanding of somebody. Takes them maybe 5 minutes to fill out and you get a lot of information. To me, I do have a client that's 61 years old, but she's fucking insane. Like she's insane. I don't want to coach the average 70-year-old. I did in person for 10 years and that is my least favorite client to have. I learned that very quickly. So we want to weed out the non-aligners, but also that's a good thing too for people who are out of our scope of practice, right? You know, an example would be I had someone recently who has an active eating disorder, very, very like struggling with body image, and I can't legally give nutrition plans to someone with an eating disorder. That person needs to seek a dietitian and a mental health professional, and that's out of my scope. So that's okay. But you'll have everything in here from your scripts, what questions we need to figure out on this call. Here are examples of actual meet and greets. You can kind of base yours off of that, which you'll also have in every module is actual examples of what we want you to do. So you can see it done right. Okay. Then your sales call. So if you do find alignment with this person on call number 1, now you can book them for a sales call where you're going to actually deep dive into their goals and challenges, talk about what you do and offer your services. You do not have to do a 2 call though. You don't have to start with a meet and greet. If you've got a good application process, you can probably figure out if someone's a good fit before getting on a phone. Yeah,
that's how I would like it to have that pre sort of like checklist, and they go automated, and then I'm like, oh, okay, they seem cool.
Yes, now, and it'll help weed out some of those objections too. On my pre-application, it says on a scale of like 1 to 10, how important is it for you to achieve these goals? I don't even get on a call with anybody that's less than an 8. Because if you don't care, or it's a 5 out of 10 for you as far as priority, you're not going to be a good client. I'm good. So
no, I understand that. And you guys teach us how to structure that and implement ways.
You've got examples too of the forms. You can just take them. If you want to leave them as is, I've edited them to like my verbiage. So instead of like on a scale of 1 to 5, how do you feel today? I'm like scale of 1 to 5, 1 being my body's on fire, 5 being cool as a cucumber. Like I change the verbiage and make it fun for me, but you could just leave everything as is.
Okay, sounds good. Hold on real quick. Let me turn on this fan real quick.
Oh, you're good.
All right, I'm back.
Beautiful. So with the actual sales process, we'll cover everything again from how to confirm appointments, creating your actual presentation and what that looks like on Canva, sales scripts, objection handling, downsells, financing, follow-ups, onboarding, and example calls. So you can see them. Not even example calls, real call recordings.
Okay.
Objection handling. This is a big one. People are going to tell you no for a reason, for many reasons. You're going to see finances, spouses. You're going to see, I don't know if I'm committed to this. People are going to tell you no. Be comfortable with that now. So we have 33 different objections and how to cover them. You will see it all. Definitely go through this module for sure.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. Onboarding. So when somebody signs up, what's their onboarding process? How quickly are you able to get them into your app? How soon should they expect their first round of programs? If it's 3 weeks, we have a problem. Should be somewhere between 24 to 72 hours. But how do we get somebody onboarded and get them moving forward in your program? Again, with examples. And then my favorite module, client delivery. To be honest, I couldn't care less if you sold 100% of the clients that you meet on sales calls if 95% of them want to cancel every month. Delivery is super important. Right. Experience is important. So program efficiency, how to set expectation and create kind of a success plan for your clients. Communication. If you have anybody who doesn't check in, you'll have a bad egg here and there who just never goes to the gym. They never send their check-in forms. They're eating pizza 18 days a week. You know, they're doing whatever they want. Clients who want to cancel, clients who are upset, anyone who's ghosting. What do we do? Okay. And then community. So again, you don't have to offer all of these things, but I like that my clients are a little bit independent with each other. We have a group chat in WhatsApp for all my clients. I'm almost never tagged, or when I am, they answer each other's questions before I have a chance to, but having that team environment, right? You remember playing sports. It's so much more fun when you're with other people and you know you're not alone. Exactly. Suicides, you know, you're not the only one running the bleachers. Your team's right there with you.
Just imagine doing that with pads on in the Florida heat.
Oh, you were in Florida at the time?
Yeah, I'm originally from Miami. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I was in Florida for about 5 years. I just moved to Austin last year, but yeah, I'm definitely familiar. So, yeah, your team wants to know that they're not alone. And if they can talk to other people and build those relationships, retention goes way up with that, and client success. Right. They're going to get jealous of each other. You know,
I'm sure.
Bob checks in on time every week and is losing inches, and you know, Kevin can't keep up. He's going to try harder. So exactly. Last little bit, customer support. This is more so kind of one-off scenarios you might see. Let's say you have a client who loses their job, or somebody who moves across the country and wants to freeze, or somebody who gets injured. You know, things like that might happen where it might cause some strain in your client relationship. And then retention, keeping your people happy and keeping them long-term. How do we do it? So overall, that's what we'll cover start to finish. Goal for us is by the end of the 4 months, we're hitting that 10K a month range. We're ready to continue growing and scaling. Expectation wise, if you are charging that $300 to $500 a month range, you should, that's 25, you know, 20 to 30 clients, depending on how much you're charging, that you'll need to hit that, which is good growth. You know, 6 to 7 clients a month, we should be there. So cool. Questions for me?
Yes. And I appreciate you breaking it down the way you did. With the client, like once someone gets into the program, what's the, you know, the average time frame you see someone successfully, you know, bring on clients and start, you know, generating income?
Yeah. Right now, our average student signs their first client their first week. So we will match your energy of how quickly you want to work. I signed 4 clients in 3 days because I was ready to quit my job, but I was super motivated. I hated my job. I was like, get me out of here. I'm done. But it'll be different for everybody. I will say we want you to work quickly. I think to set up your systems, create your offer, that can all be done in a day. That can all be done in an afternoon. You can, you know, advertise your business or announce your business and start taking sales calls week 1. Of our students who do not sign their first client, like in their first month, usually it's because they're focused on the certification, which you don't need to be. Okay. So a lot of people might have a little bit of imposter syndrome and be nervous about signing their first client and want to get every duck in their row before they announce their business. But we believe in messy action. So if you're willing to work with us, we'll help you out every step. But I'd say we want to move pretty quickly. Go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Average wise, just to kind of cover that, Students who are working full-time that have a job they want to quit, takes them about 11 weeks to be able to quit their job. Those who are hitting that 10K a month takes about 13 weeks to get there. So ideally our program's 16 weeks, and 13 weeks we're to the point where you're ready to start pivoting your business into scaling.
Okay.
What questions you got?
No, I was just gonna, when you was talking about the certification part,
Yeah.
so we don't necessarily, even though we go through that part of the module, we don't necessarily have to do everything within that module first before we move on to, okay.
No, the certification's optional. We really rather have you spending time on that. Like, not, I won't say casually, but dedicated certification time, but definitely dedicated business time.
Right.
Yeah. Now, if you were brand new, you've never lifted a weight before in your life, I would say we're probably going to do the certification first. But you have your own experience, you've been through that, you've helped people before, so we're in a good spot.
Right. And I have some sort of knowledge on the body because well, I have 2 degrees, one in massage therapy and one in surgical tech. So I kind of have some sort of knowledge on them. But it's still good to know.
Yeah, absolutely. Our Tuesday support calls all about client delivery. So you'll have Kayla and her team leading those calls to kind of teach you again or answer questions about clients. You have your coach who can help answer questions about any clients. You have all the other students that you work with. So if there is ever anything you're like, oh, I don't know what this client needs or what's happening, bring it to the team. We've got you. Cool. So looking at everything, I know I threw a lot your way. How are you feeling overall?
Man, I'm feeling good. Just, it always comes down to the financial part and hopefully payment options and things of that nature. So
when it comes down to the payment side, if at the end of the day it's truly just the money that's going to be the concern, we'll find a way. We'll get as flexible as we need to make something happen for you. So I just want to make sure, money aside, this is exactly what you feel like you need and can be successful in.
Yeah, because I feel like everything you went through, because like I said, talking with my parents, talking with some of my friends and my aunt and everything like that. And of course they always, they're very supportive, and they was like, well, can't you could just do it on your own. You could take this. I was like, yeah, I could do that. But I still don't know all the ins and outs, all the pieces that I need to go about doing it in a successful way and not waste any more time than I would if so everything that you showed me, one, like I said, I was about to try to get the certification with the personal training. And then also I had started with Precise Nutrition, I think it is. I don't know if you ever heard of the company. Precision. Yeah. So I was going through that for the nutrition part. So it's like you got both in one on top of everything. So for me, it's just like, man, I'm ready. Like,
I love it.
It's last week. And then going through other calls with other companies. I mean, they was cool. I'm not down them and anything, but it's just, how when if you're looking for a place and you walk into that one place, you're like, yeah, this is it.
Good. So, okay, good. And yeah, I mean, a lot of students have gone, I started with a different business coaching program and failed miserably. Great program. Maybe just wasn't the one that I needed, so it all just depends on what you're looking for. So did Chad, or did you meet with Alyssa? Was that who you had?
Yeah, yesterday I talked to Alyssa, and I think I've been communicating on Instagram with Chad.
Yeah.
That's really
did either one of them tell you about the guarantee, the investment guarantee?
I think Alyssa did, but I forgot.
Okay. So all of our students do get an investment guarantee. So if you show up and you do the work you need to do, you're guaranteed to make at least 3 times what you've spent on this program. So either way, you'll be successful. Stipulations are pretty simple. You have to go to your game planning call. You can't skip your first call. You have to do 1 group call a week, 2 one-on-ones a month. And that could be 1 sales coach, 1 one-on-one coach, but you have 4 a month. So go to 2 of those. And then complete your course, and you have to be charging minimum pricing. You can't lowball yourself. Minimum pricing is $250. So
you have to. I'm going to charge if the minimum. I'm going to do minimum, but yeah.
Don't lowball yourself. No. Sweet. Well, let's do it. Let's talk about everyone's favorite part: the cost. Drum roll. Nah, you could just give me your firstborn child, and then we'll call it.
Well, like I said, I don't have kids of my own just yet.
Not yet. Well, basically
in the future, when that first one, I'm like, sorry, son.
Sorry, we just I made a deal way back in the day.
Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. So pricing, we got two options. We got a payment plan, we have a pay in full. If you pay in full, saves you some money, but most people do a payment plan. So payment plan, you and I will just get creative. We'll figure it out together. All right, pricing, 7,300 payment plan, 6,500 pay in full. What this means for the guarantee is you're guaranteed 21,900 over the next 4 months, or you get your money back.
Okay.
So we more payment plan vibes or more screw it, let me spend my savings.
Hold on. Say that one more time. I was actually reading. You were saying about the 21. What was it?
Yeah. So 3 times 7,300 is 21,900. So you're guaranteed 21,900 in coaching revenue over the next 4 months, or you get your money back.
Okay. Okay. And then what was the next question that you said?
Yeah. So the pay in full obviously saves you $800, but it is a pay up front option. We can split that up too, though. You can do some now, some in 60 days. That way you have a little bit of time in between, but it's up to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably have, like do the payment plan. Like what's the, the minimum a month that I could do,
Yeah. Do we want to
Uh,
kind of just have the most like extended option that we can?
Yes, please.
Okay. We have 2 financing companies we work with. That would definitely be helpful there. Our personal financing can go 6 months. It'll still put you at about, I think it's 12-16 a month, if we do that. But if you wanted to go a financing route, both of the companies we work with are soft credit pulls. So that's helpful. But you'll have options between like a 1 to 5 year payment plan. Now, let me ask you this, credit wise, what's your credit look like roughly?
It's not the best, it's not the worst.
We talking like 5, 6, 7?
Yeah, within there. But I can possibly talk to my parents, see, you know, they'll be willing to help in a way.
Yeah.
So hold on, let me try to write all this down. So
Yeah, and honestly, there's a lot of options we can go through when it comes to like financing. So we have 2 companies. We have Sweet Pay, we have Fund My Contract. So what's nice with Fund My Contract, pros and cons. Con, it's a little harder to get approval from them, but they just ask that you be, and I think it's like mid 6s is what they look for, 620-ish or above. But what they'll do is they'll take that 7,300 and allow you to break it up to 5 years, and you'll pick a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, repayment option. What's nice is that they always offer a 6 or a 12-month payoff time frame. So if you pay off your, let's say you take a 4-year loan, but you pay it off in a year, you don't pay any interest. You only pay to the principal, which is great. The other company is Sweet Pay. Everyone gets approved. So it's an easy option because they guarantee lending to all of our students. It is only a 1-year payment plan though, but your down payment is 5%. It's like $424. Monthly payment ends up being around 6, and that would be for 12 payments. With Fund My Contract, you don't put anything down. Your first payment's not for 30 days, and usually it's a little bit less per month, but they're harder to get approved for.
Okay. And could I get all these options like an email or something so I can have
Yeah, I can email the breakdown. If we're gonna apply to any, let me know. I would rather kind of do that together, but what we could do, I do have another meeting in literally 60 seconds, but what I could do is just send you a recap of everything, and then why don't you and I set up another time to like pop on and really just lay out all the options to see what makes the most sense.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'll email you, but yeah, let me email you. I'll text you and see what your availability is, and we can set something up for either this weekend or next week, or we can just pop on. It doesn't have to be an hour long, like a quick 20-30 minute chat, and just kind of like iron out what the details could be for you and what works best.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. And you say you're going to email me everything that we just talked about, including the finance, just in case.
Yes,
I know
I'll email you just kind of like an outline of everything.
Okay.
And then what we'll do too is I have a quick YouTube video that I made. It's like a 6-minute YouTube video that overviews everything in the course. That way you don't have to like rewatch this whole call. I'll send you this recording too if you want it. It'll be a quick overview, just a reminder. So if you do want to share with your parents, you can.
Okay. Appreciate that.
Cool. Any other questions for me? Are we feeling pretty good?
No, I mean, I'm feeling good. Feeling good, feeling excited, feeling a little nervous.
Yeah, you should be all those things.
Yeah.
If you weren't a little nervous, I'd be a little bit nervous.
That's how I feel even when we do live shows and stuff right before. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. So let me send some information over to you. Another question I'd have would you be open to connecting with a student, just seeing, so maybe somebody else that's kind of been in relatively new, see what they think?
Of course.
Sweet. I love that. Give me a little bit of time on that one. That one I might not be able to
Yeah.
wrangle today,
No, that's
but
fine. That's
I
fine.
can definitely set you up. Cool. You've got my number. I'll email you so you have that as well. If you do have questions, let me know. But let's just I'll as soon as I'm done with my next meeting, I'll reach out to you and get you scheduled for next week, and we'll get you we'll go through everything together.
Okay. Sounds
Cool.
good.
Awesome. All right. Enjoy the rest of your night and your weekend.
You too. I appreciate it.
Yes, of course. I'm excited for you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, see ya.